Every April, the world stops for Augusta National. The Masters is typically the most watched golf event in the United States. Its green jacket is the most recognized trophy in the sport. By every visible measure, Augusta National is the most powerful address in professional golf. But here is what that picture leaves out. Augusta National is a private members club in Georgia. No external golf governing body above it. No commissioner it reports to. No tour it belongs to. So who, if anyone, actually controls Augusta National? Here is the assumption most fans carry into Masters Week. The PGA Tour runs professional golf. It negotiates and manages the broadcast rights, controls the money, the schedule, the player ecosystem. The majors sit inside that system. Prestigious events on a prestigious tour, all pointing in the same direction. Augusta at the top, the tour holding it together. That assumption is wrong. Augusta National Golf Club was founded in 1933 by Bobby Jones and Clifford Roberts, as confirmed by Augusta National's own official history at augustanational.com. It has operated the Masters every year since 1934, with a wartime suspension from 1943 to 1945, as the same official history confirms. The club is private. Membership by invitation only. Its governance structure is not publicly disclosed. No external golf governing body oversees it. The Masters simply exists on its own terms, every single year. For most of Augusta's history, the question of its independence was theoretical. Nobody tested it because nobody could afford to. Then Live Golf arrived. In 2022, the Saudi Public Investment Fund launched Live and began signing tour players to 9-figure contracts. The PGA Tour suspended those players. The implicit threat was clear. Leave for Live. Lose the majors. Lose relevance. Augusta National did not cooperate with that threat. It made its own decision. Any player who qualified under Augusta's own criteria was welcome. The club didn't bar Live players. It did not coordinate its policy with the PGA Tour. Dustin Johnson played the 2023 Masters. Phil Mickelson played it. Brooks Koepka played it, and finished runner-up, confirmed by ESPN and the Masters' own official results. The PGA Tour had stripped their memberships. Augusta National didn't care. That was the moment the industry was forced to confront what had always been true. The PGA Tour's leverage over players was real, but it was not absolute, and the ceiling above that leverage was set by 4 independent organizations, not one. Here is the architecture most fans have never had clearly explained. The 4 majors are owned by 4 entirely separate organizations. Augusta National controls the Masters. The USGA, a non-profit founded in 1894, confirmed by usga.org, controls the US Open. The R&A, which formerly separated from the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St. Andrews in 2004 to operate as a global governing body, confirmed by randa.org, controls the Open Championship. And the PGA of America, a separate organization from the PGA Tour, controls the PGA Championship. All 4 confirmed by their own official websites. None of them answer to the PGA Tour. Now here is the layer underneath, which matters just as much. The official World Golf Ranking, the system that determines who qualifies for those majors, is not a PGA Tour instrument. The OWGR is governed by a 7-member board. Augusta National, the USGA, the R&A, the PGA of America, the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, and the International Federation of PGA Tours. The PGA Tour holds 1 seat of 7. The independent chairman is Trevor Immelman, the 2008 Masters champion. The PGA Tour is present at that table. It is not in charge. That board, its independence, became the real battleground in the Live dispute. The OWGR formally rejected Live's first application in October 2023, confirmed by Golf Digest. Objections. The 54-hole no-cut format and field selection based on invitation rather than merit. As of 2025, Live had not been granted OWGR ranking points. The league continues to push for recognition, and the outcome of that push will be decided by a 7-member board on which the PGA Tour holds exactly 1 vote. That is the structural reality most coverage glosses over. Augusta's independence is not accidental. It has been built deliberately over 90 years through decisions no other golf institution has replicated. The club owns its broadcast rights. For decades, Augusta controlled its own television production, commercial breaks, camera angles, what gets shown and what doesn't. Extraordinary media control for a private organization. Exercised completely. The club sets its own field criteria. No external body approves them. No tour holds veto rights. The club sets its own purse. In 2025, Augusta announced a total Masters purse of $20 million, confirmed by Augusta National's own official announcement. The winner received $3.6 million. No negotiation with any commissioner. No Players Association sign-off. Augusta wrote the number, and through every commercial upheaval of the last 3 years, the framework agreement, the creation of PGA Tour Enterprises, the $1.5 billion SSG investment confirmed by ESPN in January 2024, Brian Rolap's appointment as the tour's first ever CEO, confirmed by the PGA Tour's own announcement in June 2025. Augusta National issued no joint statements, signed no agreements. It ran the Masters on its own terms. That is what 90 years of structural independence looks like when it is tested. Here is the contradiction nobody has resolved. Augusta National is arguably the most independent body in professional golf. But that independence comes with a deliberate limitation. Augusta does not use its position to lead the sport. It uses it to protect itself. When the PGA Tour and LIV were at war, Augusta did not broker peace. When the OWGR deliberated on LIV ranking points, Augusta, as a board member, did not publicly take a position. When the framework agreement collapsed, Augusta said nothing. The club's silence is policy. Augusta National has never sought to govern professional golf. It has sought to govern the Masters. That distinction is precise and maintained deliberately, which creates the tension at the heart of the sport's current structure. The organization with the greatest moral authority in professional golf, the one body all players, all tours, and all governing bodies must ultimately reckon with, has consistently declined to exercise that authority beyond its own gates. The PGA Tour is restructuring its commercial architecture. The Saudi Public Investment Fund has committed an estimated multi-billion-dollar investment to LIV Golf, widely reported in the range of $2 to $5 billion, with figures derived from UK companies' house filings reported by the Financial Times and Front Office Sports. The sport is in genuine flux. Augusta National is running the Masters in April, as it has done since 1934. So why does Augusta National answer to nobody? Because it was built that way, by 2 men in 1933 who wanted to run a golf tournament on their own terms without institutional interference. That founding logic has never been overridden, not by a tour, not by a governing body, not by a sovereign wealth fund. Augusta controls 1 week in April. But because every player, every tour, and every sponsor in the sport needs that week to matter, Augusta National's 1 week is worth more than most organizations' entire calendars. That is not loudly exercising power. It has never surrendered independence. And in a sport where control is being contested from every direction, those are not the same thing. Nobody controls all of professional golf. But if any single address has the clearest claim to operating entirely on its own terms, it is a private members club on Washington Road that has been running its own tournament since 1934, and plans to keep doing exactly that. Subscribe to Legacy Wedges for more content like this. The structure, the money, and the forces beneath the leaderboard that actually shape the game you love.